Such an important conversation you are going to have when it comes to April, my gorgeous Aquamarine. Is such an important conversation, and you need to understand this, that what you're going to be talking about, it's going to be very important and it's going to be very serious, but at the same time you are going to feel quite emotional, and you must not allow your emotions to take the better of you, because you are going through probably one of the most difficult stages of your life, where you're going to realize on one hand who you can trust and who you cannot trust to whatsoever. You already know who you can trust to and who you cannot trust to. This in itself, it's only going to bring you one of the biggest confirmations of your life. You are going through something very difficult, a very difficult problem that now has kind of become like kind of obvious within the last like about few weeks, I should say, like about within the last few weeks, like some kind of problem that you've been dealing with, some kind of emotional issue that you've been dealing with. It's like kind of seem to be getting more messy and more messy and more negative. And now you're kind of slowly but surely you're closing in on something. You're closing in on something. You're so close to something very, very important here. But while you're closing in on something, this is the time when you're squeezing kind of certain people. And this at the same time with the squeezing, what you're going to understand and realize is the actual people's energy, you know, and you know, as I said, you're not going to be surprised to who you can trust to and who you cannot trust to, my gorgeous Aquamarini. But there are a couple of people who are going to like literally throw you out of balance, because you're going to realize a couple of people being like a little bit malicious towards you, sadly, unfortunately. And I'm talking about people who are very much so extremely closely connected to you and connected to you quite a lot, like whether these are like really kind of very close friends, or whether these are like a family, couple of family members, you know, that you really need to kind of like really need to see where the problem is, because it looks like a couple of family members or couple of people that are very, very close to you. The problem is that, you know, someone is like kind of overshadowing them quite a lot, and by them allowing themselves to be overshadowed by somebody else, they are showing their true colors. They're showing their true colors. I'm not telling you to like kind of dislike people. I'm not telling you to hate people, but I'm just trying to help you to open your eyes and to just kind of understand that, you know, after this point and after this moment in time, by the end of April, you're going to know exactly who you can trust to and who you cannot trust to. I'm not saying to stop talking to these people. I'm not saying to kind of ignore these people. No, baby, no. All what I'm saying is, at least you know who you can trust to. So when it comes to the certain people in your life, you just have to realize this. You need to keep certain things to yourself. When it comes to important planning, when it comes to things that are really personal, when it comes to certain things that concern only you and the best people in your life, that's absolutely fine. But you're just gonna have to kind of you're gonna have to like kind of draw the line a little bit. It's not the end of the world, and I'm telling you that, you know, you're not gonna be completely surprised, but this has been affecting you a little bit, you know. So those couple of people who you are, so there are a couple of people that you're gonna be really disappointed by the end of this month, my gorgeous Aquamarini. But then at the end of the day, it's only because somebody else is like kind of, can I say, like pumping them up, or somebody else is overshadowing them. But just these two people allowing themselves to be overshadowed and to be manipulated, it's no, baby, no. I don't like it, because I don't see emotions anymore when it comes to these two couple of people. I don't see emotions anymore. Why? Because they're after some kind of money. They're thinking through some kind of money. It's dirty, not really nice. They're thinking through money. So, you know, emotions come second and then the money comes first. No, baby, no. That's not how it should be with like family members. And that's not how it should be like with the best friends, if they're the best like that. For example, if it's to do with a friend. So this is why you just have to stay strong. My point is that you are going to have like such an important conversation, my gorgeous Aquamarini, when it comes to April. When it comes to the beginning of April, it's going to happen right at the beginning of April, within the first couple of weeks, an important conversation. You are going to be surrounded by the people who are very close to you, like very important conversation. This is extremely personal, and you're going to find this really difficult because you are going to feel like there are few people are kind of completely against you. But guess what? You're the one who is right. You have to stand your ground. You have to put your point across. You can't make people to like kind of make you some kind of liar, to make you some kind of weirdo, to make you some kind of an idiot when you know that you're not. So you have to put your point across because you know that there is so much more to it. You have to stand your ground. And please, for the love of God, do not give away something that belongs to you, because I know that you're going to reach the moment where almost you're going to kind of be thrown out of the balance, like emotionally. This already happened within the last couple of weeks. This already happened, some kind of messy situation. But you don't want to be thrown out of the balance to the point where you're just going to throw away something that rightly belongs to you. Don't do that. Don't do something impulsive that you're going to regret later. No, baby, no. Don't do something impulsive. Like almost as if you're going to have absolutely enough of something and you're not going to want to be part of like maybe like a certain group of people, or maybe part of some kind of business, or maybe part of something. You will just kind of have enough, because this is a lot to do with the people who maybe want to, who are very kind of money orientated, naughty, terrible, and who are not emotionally orientated, and this is to do with the people who are very, very greedy. And this is why you have to stand strong. Do not give away something that rightly belongs to you, because in few years time you're going to regret this, because it's to do with something very specific in your life that is going to grow and become giant and extremely, extremely successful. There are few different people that are part of this, if you know what I mean. But then at the same time, because they're going to be winding you up, they're almost as if the conversation is going to be, they're going to try to make you to like kind of admit to something what you are not. And that's why you have to stand strong. This is the part of your spiritual journey. Aquamarini, you need to prove your point. You need to be clear, you need to be direct, but at the same time, you have to like kind of think about the balance. So there is going to be like a very important meeting that you're going to have. And at the same time, prepare yourself mentally before this. Trust me. This is what you need to do. You need to prepare yourself mentally before that meeting. So don't have too much coffee or something which is going to make you explode. Just do like completely opposite things. For example, try to have a bit of a meditation earlier, like beforehand, before that, and try to maybe take a couple of black tourmalines. Because black tourmalines crystals are absolutely mind blowing when it comes to protecting yourself from negative energy. Probably the most powerful crystal when it comes to protecting yourself from the negative energy. Maybe if you get some kind of a black tourmaline and have a little rock in one pocket and little rock in another pocket, you know what I mean? And this is nicely going to protect you, and it's going to help you to ground yourself while you're trying to make your point, because it's all about you making your point, but without arguing, without fighting, without freaking out, without being impulsive, just to be as calm as you possibly can. And also at the same time, you may be surrounded by the certain snakes, but try to kind of keep them quiet. Try to kind of give them what they want in sense of the vibration and energy, because you're very powerful when it comes to controlling the vibration in the best possible way, because you're an empath. I said this millions of times, but also you have got a very powerful vibration and energy. So whichever room you walk into, everybody's going to be like, hello my darling, hello my darling. You're like a breath of a fresh air. You're extremely enthusiastic and you're very powerful when it comes to your energy, so you can use this into your advantage. You can very easily control the temperature in the room if you want to, if you know what I mean, if you get my drift. And this is what you need to do. Just be friendly, be open-minded. What you know, and that's exactly where you're going to try to keep the friendly level with the people when it comes to that important meeting. And this is how you're going to make the most of it. You do not give away something that belongs to you. Do not give up from something something. Do not give up from something that you know belongs to you. You know it's part of your destiny. You know it's part of your life purpose. You know it's part of your spiritual purpose. Do not to give away something, and do not give up something that you know you should fight for, because you're almost, you were like almost in front of this little cliff. You were almost like, shall I just give this away? Shall I give up? No. In fact, you do completely opposite, my gorgeous Aquamarini. This is just so important. Trust me, the storm is slowly but surely going to start like kind of resolving itself right at around the end of April. Things are already gonna start looking really promising, because you're gonna hear an information by the end of April which is gonna blow your world away in the best possible way. The information that you're gonna hear is just to do with a natural adjustment, which is gonna make itself naturally when it comes to that specific situation, so you don't have to do much. The information that you're gonna hear, it's gonna blow you away, but at least it's going to make you feel like something is naturally resolving itself. It's coming to an end without you doing something drastic and completely unnecessary. Just hold on a little bit longer, my gorgeous Aquamarini, and you will see. I really hope you understand what am I talking about here, because it's to do with something that you're so passionate about, but it's also to do with you having quite impulsive moments at the moment, and you don't want to do something and part with a part of your life just because you are finding things a little bit too much, a little bit too difficult. Whatever stress you are going through right now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, this is all kind of the most stressful it is at the moment. I know it's not what you want to hear, but the most stressful things are at the moment, the more you're gonna come on top in a sense of being like a successful and having a great accomplishment out of that by the end of the actual. But sooner than you can possibly imagine, you know, like this is going to happen way sooner than you can possibly imagine. You just have to trust yourself no matter what. And also when it comes to that specific person in your life, you know, there is someone that has been like one older person in your life that I always talk about. There is a lot coming from that older person. There is, you know, that older person is not themselves anymore. They're losing their mind slowly due to their age. And I always say this, I don't want people to be upset that I'm like, oh yeah, it's to do with their age. Age doesn't matter at all. I'm just saying that the age of this person is making this person vulnerable. They're losing themselves, and then someone else is controlling that person in your life. And sadly, these are devilish group of people that I'm talking about, proper devilish group of people who know exactly what they're doing. So that particular vulnerable older person in your life, whether this is your father, whether this is like whoever this is, that particular person is not thinking clearly, and these devils that are around this person are making the most of it. They're having a ball around that person, because these people are really kind of also contributing towards that person in your life changing their mind about you, almost as if that particular person is seeing you as like some kind of enemy. You know, the things are getting absolutely ridiculous when it comes to that particular person. So there is a helping hand that is coming through. There is a helping hand that you are going to have. Someone is going to help you. And that person who's going to help you when it comes to that, this like, you know, devils, you know, like doing something to that person in your life, that particular person who is going to help you and give it its hand, it is to do with somebody very professional, somebody very knowledgeable, somebody extremely educated, and somebody really powerful when it comes to their specific field. So that particular person is going to come forward, and I can see the hand, you know, lending hand, like with help. I can see someone jumping in and helping you at the time when you most likely not gonna even expect this. And I think that you've already reached to that person out for help, or you are about to reach to that person out for help. It's gonna take just a little while, and then that person is gonna jump through, and then you are going to be able to kind of help to that elderly person in your life. Through that person, there is a solution that's coming. So that's really, really important indeed. So my gorgeous Aquamarini, you know, I just hope that, you know, this all makes sense to you. I know I come up with so much information here, but I do know that you specifically have been going through, like, oh my God, like for a while, it has been going on for a while when it comes to you, an emotional turmoil. So this is why you need to be strong now, and you must not make some kind of impulsive mistake whatsoever. I mean, come on, your number in numerology is number 777. I mean, this is absolutely mind-blowing, and it means that you are gonna have the energy that you are going to have as long as you focus, as long as you connect, as long as you reconnect. It's going to help you to move the mountains. Honestly, this is exactly the energy that I'm talking about. So the spiritual balance and practical balance is going to be absolutely spot on from the beginning of this month, which means that you are going to have the relevant energy and courageousness, you know, in order to take certain things on, and in order to respond sometimes in a way that you wouldn't normally respond. So you must not allow people to really kind of you must not allow people to take the better of you. But there is one particular person who is really going to, a couple of people are really going to disappoint you, sadly. A couple of people are going to disappoint you, but you're not going to end up hating them or anything like that. And this couple of people that are going to disappoint you, these are people that are closely connected to you, like a couple of family members perhaps. They're going to disappoint you because you're going to feel like almost like they're planning some kind of plot or something against you. But then it's nothing that you weren't aware of. So in the future you will know, as I say, who you can trust and who you cannot trust to. Now, what I really like when it comes to 777, you know, it also means that you are going to have such a brilliant idea. And this brilliant idea that you are going to have, it's on one hand going to actually happen at around the 15th of April. This brilliant idea, it's actually going to happen, you're going to have it at a time when you're thinking about something spiritual, or you're going to be doing something spiritual, or you're going to be thinking about doing something spiritual out of the blue, like smudging your home or something that you haven't done in absolute ages. And this is a very good sign. This is a very good sign indeed that you are very slowly but surely getting prepared for something very special. At around that particular time, my gorgeous Aquamarini, you are going to have this amazing idea. So first of all, you're going to kind of think about something spiritual, and let's say you take a smudge, dry sage, and let's say you go start walking around the house, and then you kind of like smudging your home with a dry sage, and then suddenly, poof, this idea comes to you. So it's going to happen while you're starting something, but it's down to your spirituality, if you see what I mean. And this idea that you're going to have, it's going to make you feel active and determined almost immediately, and it's really a lot to do with what you're kind of good at. And at the same time, that idea that you are going to have, it's also going to be a wake-up moment, your wake-up call. This idea in itself, it's going to be a wake-up call, my gorgeous Aquamarini, as well. Time to wakey, uppy, baby. That's exactly what's going to happen here. And also, when it comes to 777, it means that a huge struggle that you've been struggling with, you know, for the last 6 months, it's slowly but surely coming to an end. This is so good because the struggle has caused enough problems, enough arguments, enough negativity. It's like caused so much negativity, you know, this struggle that you had. But at the same time, this struggle, it's also going to almost immediately, you're gonna realize, you know, that, you know, your focus is changing. You couldn't focus as much as you focus normally. If you have noticed that within the last maybe 2 or 3 months, it was very difficult for you to focus, let alone to think think and see things clearly. So that was preventing you from reconnecting with yourself and having clarity when you should be having clarity. So of course that it actually slows you down. So now this is going to bring your focus back, you know, and that in itself, it's already going to kind of give you an idea how you can kind of save money, or what you can do in order to do something really beneficial for money, which is going to reflect on your kind of financial security, for example, you know, and that in itself, it's also going to lead towards new opportunities and new possibilities, where you're going to realize how much you've actually changed within the last, you know, 12 or 13 months. You're going to realize how much you've changed. And this is all going to lead towards you clearly setting your course. You know, you will know exactly where you wish to go and what you want to do. You're even going to have this plan, which is going to be on your mind. And this is all the part of the right direction. My gorgeous aquamarini, indeed. This is absolutely brilliant. And also, what else I was going to say to you, you know, it's almost as if like this, by the end of April, you know, things are going to seem so much better for you. It's like a release, you know, from bondage. That's how you're going to feel. Seriously, you're reaching towards enlightenment, and that in itself, it's also indicating that there are going to be lots of little realizations you're going to have, which are going to be really deep, but they're also going to reflect on your lifestyle and how much you want to change certain aspects about yourself. And that is also going to make you think and make you aware of like some kind of like addiction, or some kind of a really kind of bad habit that you need to kind of like try to fully kind of come to an end with, because it's like I suppose a part of the lifestyle that is going to have to go. And also when it comes to the actual nutrition and things like that, my gorgeous aquamarini, I highly recommend you to get a natural vitamin D3, which is going to help you to boost your immune system, alongside a natural zinc picolinate, which is absolutely perfect combination to boost your immune system. Like literally everybody should be taking this, regardless if you are in the sun every day or no. And the third thing I highly recommend is organic chlorella. Now, organic chlorella is a mind-blowing supplement. It's rich in omega-3 essential fatty acids. It's rich in protein, and which means that, especially when it comes to you know, fatty acids, essential fatty acids, our body cannot produce them by itself, but they are essential. So this is beneficial for your mind, for your brain, for your memory, for your concentration levels, but it also helps you to feel good as well. Do you know what I mean? It helps you to be more optimistic, and that in itself is brilliant. And on another hand, organic chlorella also has got the power to actually detoxify our body from the dangerous metals. And sadly, nowadays, the dangerous metals are absolutely everywhere. And so that's organic chlorella and zinc and natural vitamin D3. So these vitamins that are my own brand are without any horrible ingredients, without chemicals, without any rubbish, and of course they are made with a highly exceptional quality ingredients. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant, or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor. You just need to check with your GP. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. And if you would like to buy my supplements, which I highly suggest you because they are brilliant quality, then the link is going to be in the description below. Just click on the name of this video and it's going to expand, or you just simply go on Google and just type in Sasha Bonasin vitamins and my page is going to come up that way as well. So now, my gorgeous aquamarini, I'm going to start with the very first date. Now the 3rd of April is going to be a big mama, because the 3rd of April, as soon as you wake up in the morning, something is going to be on your mind. A problem is some kind of issue, like, oh my god, difficult problem, difficult issue, it's going to be on your mind. But guess what? You forgot about this problem, you forgot about this issue. But it's also more important for you, the more important to say is that you have to deal with this problem and deal with this issue. There was a reason why you forgot about it, because it affected you so much And it's almost like it was your kind of mechanism, you know, like to kind of like to, you almost suppressed it, you know, when we suppress things, you know, so you kind of suppress this, so you forgot about it. And now there is a specific reason for you to remember this, because when we sleep, when we dream, we travel, we go through so many different dimensions, we have astral projection every night, we dream every night, but we don't necessarily remember, but we remember like a specific words or problems or issues and realizations and things like that. So this is just going to be on your mind, this problem that you forgot about it, but it's going to be with a difference. Suddenly you're going to feel really optimistic about it, really good about it, really keen and eager to dissect this problem almost immediately. And that's because it's coming from a completely different dimension. And I'm telling you that this is something that you really kind of, you're going to surprise yourself, like, where's that coming from to start with? But you're also going to surprise yourself, how come that you can't stop thinking about it now? And you used to hate this so much, to think about it for a second, let alone to just dive into it, you know? This is because there is a reason for it. That problem, it's also going to come to an end within exactly 18 days after that moment in time. Within the next 18 days, that problem is literally going to be resolved. That problem is literally going to come to an end. So this is when the new cycle, it's about to begin for you. So that's what I suggest you just go for this problem. Now the second important date, it's going to be on the 6th of the actual April. On the 6th of April, such an important news, such a brilliant news, such a mind-blowing news. This is brilliant. This is going to be so important to you. This news, it's about, you're going to feel so happy, like seriously, because you will know that on one hand, this is to do with like, ooh la la baby, big accomplishment, you know, and then this is going to make you feel so whole. This is going to make you feel so fulfilled. This is going to make you feel so like you want to celebrate, but it's also going to make you aware of the fact that you know this is to do with the completion as well at the same time. And that in itself, it's really kind of going to help you, because you've been worried about this for a while now. So this is going to also make you feel so much better about yourself. It's instantly going to affect your balance, your personal balance, because now this is going to be the time where you are, without even realizing, you are going to release so much fear, so many repressed emotions, you know, so much inner confusion you've been through, you know, so much of darkness that caused way too much security in your life. Now this in itself, it's really kind of going to show you the path for your own independence, but also clear boundaries, you know, that you're going to need to set with certain people. You are also going to become aware of the fact that you are going to need to have an important communication with somebody who is like some kind of like a psychic figure into your life, or somebody extremely intuitive. You are going to realize, I want to talk to this intuitive person, because that particular person helps you to resolve some kind of problems, helps you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. So you are really going to realize exactly who do you need to talk to. And for on one hand, that person who you're going to talk to, somebody psychic, somebody spiritual, is somebody in your life, it's going to help you to see, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel yet again. But also through that person is also going to kind of like a really kind of not only going to help you to see the light at the end of the tunnel, but at the same time, that person is who you're going to talk to, it's going to give you a really interesting advice. And I'm saying interesting because, you know, whatever this person say goes, you know. So it's somebody who's extremely psychic, very open-minded, but what they're going to tell you is going to surprise you, but you will not care, because you will know whatever this person says, it's always right. So it's a very something very interesting advice indeed. And this advice is going to be consisting of you choosing the right path, but also knowing exactly what do you need to do in order to speed up the certain progress and the certain process in your life. Another thing I was going to recommend you, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I mean, look at this beauty. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful this is. Botswana agate pendant. Botswana, here I come, baby. It's absolutely gorgeous, but it's very, very powerful indeed. Botswana agate pendant is one of those crystals that are so powerful. As soon as you take it, you can feel it. You can feel its vibration. You can feel its power, especially when it comes to you wanting to express yourself, you wanting to communicate. But the difference is not only blah, blah, blah talking, but at the same time, it really unlocks the power of your subconscious mind, of your third psychic eye. So you talk and you really, again, surprise yourself with absolutely mind-blowing things you say. And while you're talking, you're learning about yourself, you know, at the same time. Absolutely remarkable. So this absolutely gorgeous Botswana agate pendant is for stamina, energy, communication, vitality, strength. It's helpful to bring information to the surface that's deeply rooted in our subconscious mind. I mean, come on, you know, if you want to make the best possible decision, or if you want to be extremely successful with something, you know, if you want to kind of make the most of something that you're working on, this is absolutely brilliant indeed. It opens your eyes, it opens your mind. You have realizations and ideas you would never normally have. So this gorgeous Botswana agate pendant comes with sterling silver chain. And the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, my gorgeous Aquamarine, you're also supporting my channel as well. But if you know somebody else who can benefit from these crystals, you know, just get it for them. Just go for it. Why not? The second important date, it's actually going to be on the 11th of April. Now, on the 11th of April, it's like, ooh la la. Do you know, so much is going to be going on, but I'm not surprised because it's the 11th of April. So it's a very strong number when it comes to, you know, us stumbling upon something that we cannot possibly ignore in terms of like our spiritual path. So what you're going to see and what you're going to come across, it's just going to inspire you so much. Something is going to inspire you, and this in itself, it's so important because, you know, it's an inspiration, it's an idea, something really absolutely mind-blowing you're about to discover. And it's to do with the limitless potential. It's to do with your free spirit. It's to do with you knowing what you want to explore. It's to do with you feeling excited. And it's to do with you feeling your personal freedom here as well, my gorgeous Aquamarine. And even more so, this is going to lead towards even further. When it comes to this, you are going to have a vision, and the vision that you like, this is all going to like contribute towards you like knowing exactly what you're going to do and what you're going to get out of it, and how your life is going to be. And now suddenly you're going to start feeling really optimistic and excited. And guess what, even more, there is also going to be a sign, like a very good omen at around that time. And that sign that you are going to have at around that time, it's going to happen at a time when you see an animal, very unusual animal is going to do something unusual, or you're going to hear an animal sound. Maybe the animal sound is going to be unusual. There is something going to be unusual when it comes to the animal, and that in itself is going to be a sign, a good omen. At around that time, you will understand that you are going to see this sign, which is like a really kind of going to bring, you know, so much hope into your life. And at the same time, this is a pretty much so spiritually a very good omen, and that is the sign that you are going to have, you know, at around the time. This is like going to be such a personal confirmation. This is going to be personal confirmation for you, and you will know that now it's time for action. You will know now it's time to be creative. Now it's time to manifest. This is the time to, you know, when you're going to feel so confident. But this is all bringing you clarity and willpower into your life. It's to do with your skill. It's to do with your inspiration. It's to do with your creativity, my gorgeous Aquamarine. But it's also to do with the fact that very soon there is going to be such an important opportunity that is going to arise, which is going to help you to make even better, even bigger, even more powerful impact when it comes to all this. Indeed. indeed, like, oh my God. And also, my gorgeous aquamarini, another thing I was going to advertise and show you, look at this, absolutely gorgeous solar quartz. Look at this beautiful crystal. It enhances energy, it brings emotional strength and uplift with a great power, and it improves connection to spirit as well. So when there is so much happening, it helps you to stay honest, to be honest with yourself. When you're dealing with difficult situations, with difficult people, each of these things takes something from us that affects our balance, you see, and this helps you to keep your balance intact. Okay, so this gorgeous solar quartz pendant also comes with a beautiful sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. Sorry. So the third important date, it's going to happen on the actual 1, 2, 3, 4. It's the fourth, really. I've lost the track how many dates. I'm sorry. I've lost the track how many dates. 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. Yeah, sorry. So the fourth important date, it's actually going to be on the very much so 24th of April. On the 24th of April, you know, this is to do with the resolution of a problem that is going to happen, but the compromise, it's also going to be so, it's such an important word to mention. So the big problem is going to come to an end, or the problem is going to come to an end, but then at the same, the compromise, it's very, very important, because if you don't have a compromise, this is not going to come to an end. And sometimes that's life, you know, and I'm feeling that it's going to be with somebody who you're like, oh my God, no baby, no baby, no. Do you know what I mean? It's like, so, but sometimes, you know, that's it. We have to talk to people we don't want to talk to. We have to reconnect for a while with certain people that are making us feel really bad or whatever, you know. It's just part of the challenge. So I really hope that don't put you off, because it's going to be resolved. It's going to be resolved, and that's the good thing basically about it. The next important date is going to be on the 25th of April. Now the 25th of April, this is so brilliant, because something is going to happen here completely out of the blue, completely unplanned. Honestly, you can understand it like this. Maybe you're going to be on your way to the gym and you're going to end up going to do ballet. Or maybe you're going to be on your way to the shop and then you're going to go to the cinema. Do you know what I mean? So something is going to happen the midway through. And this is required in order to shake the energy up a little bit. So something is going to happen, and that is going to make this situation unplanned, and that in itself, it's really kind of going to so first of all, it's going to happen in this way. You're going to be on a way to go somewhere, and you're going to kind of change your mind, or you're going to be drawn to go somewhere else. And this is where the magic is actually going to start happening here, because you're going to come across something very, very interesting. And what you're going to come across, you will want to dive in immediately. There is some kind of adventure. I know it sounds really mental, I know it sounds crazy, but it's some kind of adventure that you're actually going to end up having. I don't even know how to explain to you differently than just an adventure. And that adventure is going to help you to realize exactly what you're missing in life. It's going to give you so many ideas, you know, but it's also going to kind of like really so beneficial when it comes to your own spiritual petrol, baby, where you're also going to realize, you know, so much, like kind of something is going to happen to you that is going to make you feel so enthusiastic. But then at the same time, this is going to show you a very interesting initiative where you are going to be kind of become aware of, like, you know, if you start something new, this new particular thing that you're going to be kind of realizing here, this is going to bring you unlimited possibilities that you didn't even know that you actually had. So this is brilliant. And at the same time, on top of that, this is like pretty much so a natural, organic stage in your life where you are investing your time and energy towards exactly what you should be investing when it comes to your natural development and when it comes to you moving on with your life. This is brilliant because it's to do with an advancement in your life, but at the same time it's to do with an important alteration. Without an important alteration, you're not gonna be able to do this. So this is why this is so important indeed. And suddenly also you're gonna feel how you want to change things around you, how do you want to work on things around you. This is nothing unusual. When the specific stage of our life comes to an end, we just kind of become very bored with our immediate environment, or we just want to move somewhere else, you know what I mean? So you're going to feel like you want to do something drastic as well in terms of change, but also in terms of when it comes to the actual immediate environment. Indeed. So now, my gorgeous aquamarini, now I'm going to actually see what is going to happen to those of you in a relationship. So now I'm going to see what is going to happen to those of you in relationships, my gorgeous aquamarini. And this just came out. You need to be very, very patient. You need to be very patient. You see, this is so important. Whether you are in relationship or whether you are not in relationship. When it comes to the month of April, the little tasty, challengey, it's coming by you being patient. You are going to be rewarded for your own patience. So there is something that you both want to achieve, my gorgeous aquamarini, when it comes to you and your partner. But it looks like that this energy is going to reflect on both of you, something that you've been working on in such a long time, and now almost as if you're going to be like, you know what, I had enough now, I can't be bothered like to wait any longer. No, you have to, because your patience is going to be rewarded. You see this is the Hermit. So now this is going to give you time to realize other things along the time this actually happens, because at the moment in time, you know, when you both kind of had enough of waiting for something to unfold, for something to happen, this is the moment when you also need to realize that this is actually a really good sign. Try to recenter yourself and try to ground yourself, because by the end of that month, look at this, you will realize that you made a right choice all along. By the end of this month, you are going to have such an amazing, mind-blowing news, which is going to really make you aware of an important accomplishment that you have both been waiting for. So now, by the end of this month, you see, this is going to turn into you both knowing exactly that within the last 2 days of April, you will be able to make one of the biggest steps of your life when it comes to you both feeling so much happier, so much more excited. And this in itself is going to help you to manifest this absolutely mind-blowing goal, which is going to change your life forever. So this is going to be brilliant, but you just have to when you are dealing with that situation, when you're both, you know what, I had enough of waiting, blah blah blah, you just kind of stay, you know, here a little while, stick in a little bit longer, and you will see exactly what I mean. So the bottom line is that by the end of this month, the couples, you are gonna be having such an incredible opportunity, like, my God, to do something, to manifest something. That's the bottom line. By the end of this month, you are gonna have an incredible opportunity to manifest something that is gonna make you both so much happier indeed. So now, my gorgeous Aquamarini, I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are single and ready to, hello my gorgeous. Okay, so now I'm just going to see what is going to happen to those of you who are single, my gorgeous Aquamarini. Oh, what do we have here? What do we have here? It looks like there is someone very interesting going to be around you at the time when you kind of least expect this. So you are going to be working on something very, very important to you. You are going to be working on something really significant to you, and you are really going to be enjoying yourself. But at the same time, it looks like somebody's going to be looking at you, looky, or somebody's gonna be like kind of thinking about you at the time when you're working on something really, really important, but you're gonna be enjoying yourself so much. So, because you're such an empath, I think that you're going to be able to feel this. You're going to be able to feel that somebody's like thinking about you, or somebody's like looking at you, if that person is like kind of around you, for example. So this is what you're going to feel. But most importantly, when you are working on something really important, you see how psychic you're going to go. So when you're working on something really important, you are going to become so ridiculously intuitive that you're gonna feel like somebody is like looking at you and somebody is thinking about you. But this is all gonna come through your kind of intuition, because you're extremely empath. You're an empath, you know, of course you know that. And then at the same time, you're also going to have a realization, sudden idea. Where do you want to go? There suddenly you're gonna have an idea like, oh my god, you know what, I want to go and have some fun, you know. And that's how you're gonna have an idea, and you're gonna be thinking about few different places, like where am I gonna go to, where am I gonna go to, and then you will see that one particular place, it's really gonna be standing out. One particular place where you will want to go to, it's gonna be on your mind in the form of the actual idea at around the time when you feel like somebody's watching you. I know it sounds really crazy, but you know, one thing is gonna lead into another. The bottom line is that you are already feeling someone who is about to walk into your life, but before that happens, you really need to go out there and have some fun. This is all about so many possibilities, slowly but surely, like kind of drifting towards you in the best natural way. But at the same time, you also need to understand that now it's time for you to go out there and have some fun a little bit. So when it comes to you like thinking like, oh, I've got so many different options where I'm going to go out, for example, one path is going to be something is going to be sticking out, because you will know if you go to there, for example, that will nurture you the most, that will nurture your soul and spirit the most. So you need to go with that option which makes you feel like that's nurturing your soul and spirit the most. And this is your guidance, that this is where you need to go. And at the same time, that particular person that I mentioned at the beginning, it's slowly but surely going to make themselves known. But it's not going to happen in April. It's going to happen in May and June, when you're going to become June. June is a big mama. June, when that person is going to make themselves known. But this is just as important for you to kind of go to that particular place, which is going to come to you completely out of the blue, like you want to go out, you want to enjoy yourself. And at the same time, you're going to become cheeky, but in the best possible way. You're going to become like kind of, you're going to feel a little bit mischievous, and then suddenly you're going to realize how much you miss all this. So it's the time to go out and have some fun. Your energy is going to be shining so brightly throughout April. Lots of people are going to tell you like, oh my god, you look amazing, you look incredible, what are you doing, what are you taking, what have you done, you know what I mean? So you're going to be noticed by lots of people are going to like you, lots of people are going to fancy you. And this is just so important to also have some fun, you know what I mean? So in terms of confidence, and please do this, in terms of confidence and in terms of you doing the right thing, this is something that you really need to do, because there is so much that you're going to be able to pick up on, and there is so much that you're going to realize about yourself as well. Okay, my gorgeous aquamarini, I love you all so much. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.